Bago ka lang ba to freelancing or to working from home? At naghahanap ka ng non-voice job pero hindi mo alam kung paano magsisimula? I got your back! Today's video is especially for you. Hello everyone! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Kung bago ka pa lang dito sa aking channel, please consider subscribing para updated ka sa mga videos about work from home and earn from home tips. Click mo na rin yung notification bell para wala kang ma-miss ng mga bagong video uploads. Meron pa rin tayong giveaway guys. So if you want to join our 1,000 pesos cash giveaway, please visit our Facebook page for the mechanics. So going back to our topic guys, in today's video, pag-uusapan naman natin kung paano ka ba magsisimula as a chat support and as a beginner to this industry. Nakapag-cover na ako ng beginner's guide on how to be a chat support. Ito yung sinasabi kong video. So in today's video guys, pag-usapan natin ano ba yung role mo as a chat support, the technical requirements, the skills you need to have as a chat support. Ang maganda dito guys, magkakaroon din tayo ng role-playing or mock chat later on this video. Mag-share din ako ng mga possible tools na pwede mong gamitin as a chat support. Pag-usapan din natin of course yung payment and yung payment methods. At the last part of the video, syempre mag-share ako ng mga platforms from where you can apply as a beginner to chat support. Kaya naman kung excited ka to know about these things, please stay with me up until the very end para wala kang ma-miss na kahit anong information. Let's start guys with what will be your role as a chat support. So basically, your role will be to help the clients in terms of customer service through chat. So itong mga clients na to, they are really busy with a lot of things. They need to focus on how to scale their business. So yung mga other tasks like customer service, nag-hire talaga sila ng mga tao to take care of those. So yun yung role mo, makipag-communicate ka to these customers na bumibili ng product or services nila. And then you need to make sure na every customers are happy and every customers are satisfied at the end of every interaction. What are the technical requirements for you to be a chat support? So guys, I'm talking about being a chat support full-time or for a stable job and a stable client. So this means na kailangan mo ng laptop, and I would recommend a laptop processor of at least i3 and above with at least 4 GB of RAM. You also need to have your stable internet connection. As much as possible, it should be 5 Mbps above. That's for both upload and download speed. Tapos guys, kailangan nyo rin ng headset or earphone. You will need to catch up with your client for meetings, for coachings, and a webcam if the client asks. So kasi yung mga ibang client gusto nila video calls yung mga meeting nyo, yung mga coaching. Now guys, pag-usapan natin ano ba yung mga skills na hinahanap ng mga clients for the applicants applying as a chat support. So guys, I know this video is for beginners. Just wanted to let you know na yung skills na to, hindi lang siya makikita sa mga may experience. Yung skills na to, pwede mo siyang ma-learn in different ways, such as research, video tutorials, free or paid training. Kaya pag sinabi nating beginners, it doesn't necessarily mean na wala ka talagang alam. As a beginner, that means na you don't have an experience on being a chat support, pero you can have the skills na hinahanap ng mga client. Kaya that's why, even you're a beginner, you can still be hired as a chat support. So to start with, typing speed. Malalearn yan at mapapractice mo yan. So for typing speed for beginners, if you can do 50 words per minute and up, yan actually yung mga hinahanap ng clients. To practice this guys, there are a lot of ways. Ang dami nating website online for typing speed. Gamitin nyo lang si Google, type nyo lang dyan, typing speed test. Lalabas na dyan yung mga most common websites used to practice your typing speed. Another skill na hinahanap ng mga client is multitasking. So as a chat support, hindi ka lang basta mag-chat sa customer. At the same time na nag-chat ka sa customer mo, magna-navigate ka rin through different tools. Like yung order fulfillment tool ni client, i-check mo yung account ni customer while chatting with them. Another skill is your good written communication skill. You also need to be a problem solver. Kailangan sanay ka rin mag-work under pressure. And one important thing is, you know how to do positive scripting. So when we say positive scripting, ito yung delivering bad news in a good way. Ngayon guys, let's proceed na sa actual work ng chat support. Gusto kong i-share sa inyo kung paano ba talaga yung itsura ng work style ng isang chat support. Yung i-share ko sa inyo ngayon is in an e-commerce business setting. Pero this time, gagamitin ko yung Shopee account ko. Ayan guys, so start na tayo. Kung makita niyo yung screen ko, gaya nga ng sabi ko kanina, it's a business or e-commerce business setting. Ito ay Shopee account ko. So for an actual client, pwedeng ang gamitin nyo is Shopify, Etsy, or Amazon. So depende sa tool na ginagamit ni client. Pero as I mentioned earlier, almost the same lang yung functions nila. May order history, order information, customer information. Kung makikita nyo rin guys, pinaghiwa-hiwalay ko yan. So nandito yung note section. Kasi at the time na nakikipag-communicate ka with customer, it's best to leave some notes for interaction. Lalo na pag may follow-up. Kasi pag kumontak ulit si customer, tas nag-leave ka ng notes, at least kung sino man yung next agent or kung i-handle mo man siya ulit, you're aware of what happened to the last communication. Etong protected text na to, I use this for scripts or canned responses. Yes guys, you can do your scripts, you can save your scripts. Kung meron mga usual concern na paulit-ulit na tinatanong ng mga customers, pwede nyo siyang gawan ng scripts or canned responses para copy-paste na lang kayo when you encounter the same issue again. Pero make sure lang na i-personalize nyo siya depende sa mood or sa type ng customer nyo, of course. So if you know other tools na pwede nyong gamitin for scripts, that's also fine. Like Google Docs or any other tools. Ito yung gagamitin natin for chat, yung Shopee chat din. The main point lang here guys is to show you what is an actual work of a chat support. So yan, dinivide ko yan mga browser na yan and yung notes na yan the way na nakikita nyo sa screen. Kasi much efficient siya sa akin. Kita ko na siya lahat. Kunyari, nakikipag-chat ako kay customer. At the same time, kita ko yung scripts, pwede ako mag-copy-paste, and kita ko yung notes, pwede na ako mag-leave ng notes habang nakikipag-chat kay customer. If you are used to doing alt-tab or if you think any other way will work better than this, you are free to do that, of course. Depende naman yan kung ano talaga yung mas gusto nyong way para mas mapadali yung trabaho nyo as a chat support. So now let's start guys. We can do our greetings to the customer. For greetings, pwede natin yung isend sa kanya. So ayan yung concern ni customer. Technically, hindi pa niya nare-receive yung order niya and in order niya for a faster shipping option. So yung next na reply natin kay customer guys, it should contain our acknowledgement statement and empathy if necessary. So dito, kailangan natin mag-empathize kasi hindi pa niya nare-receive yung order. And of course, our assurance statement that we are here to help them. So ayan guys, meron tayong acknowledgement of the issue, empathy, and our assurance statement that we will gladly help them with this. So we can send this. Yan. So nag-reply siya ng thank you. Now the next part is for account verification, knowing na wala pa siyang provided information. So ito guys, we can send this to the customer. Thus, once provided na yung account information, of course, we need to thank them for letting us know this information. Tapos guys, since na-provide nyo na yung information, the next step for us is to check their order on our end. So, i-check natin yung status, kailan ba siya na-order at kailan ba dapat niya na-receive. We need to ask the customer for like 1 to 2 minutes for us to review the account. So, like this one. So, ngayon nag-reply pa siya. So, ngayon, eto na, check na natin yung order niya gamit yung order tool natin. Pero kasi ito ay isang imaginary customer lang and wala talaga siyang account information. So let's assume na lang guys na na-check na natin yung order status niya. Basta guys, ang gusto ko lang i-highlight dito is once na nakuha niyo yung information, you need to utilize your tools. Make sure na mahanap niyo yung right information to help your customer. Yan, kasi mag-undergo naman kayo ng training. So definitely you will be able to know how to navigate through the tools. So let's go back to our customer. So eto guys, inassume ko lang tong situation na to. Kunyari ang nangyari ay in-order niya or na-ship yung order ng February 21st, the day after na pinlace nila yung order, and through express shipping, it should be 3 to 5 business days. Kunyari din, inimagine ko na yung tracking, nag-show siya na delivered na yung order March 1st. So, yan yung inassume ko na situation. So, ito yung pwede nating i-reply kay customer. Ayan. Tapos, pinrovide ko rin yung tracking link for their reference. And tinanong ko kung chinek niya na ba yung mailbox niya to confirm if the package is already there or kung merong ibang tao that could have collected the package for them. So, itong mga specific process na to guys, as a beginner of course, you might not be aware kung ano tong mga sinasabi ko. Pero once you're hired, iti-train naman kayo for processes. So yan, kunyari nag-reply siya na, yes, I was notified, it was delivered, but I check everywhere and there are literally no packages. I received package a lot of times and this is the first time this happened. Knowing I paid for extra shipping. So frustrating. Si customer A frustrated na siya. Tapos dito guys pala, nag-offer na rin ako ng compensation. So depende yan sa process then. And dinivide ko yung message ko into two kasi it will be very lengthy pag sinend lang natin siya ng isahan. So let's wait for the reply. So ayan. Well, I have no choice. I can wait a little more time. I appreciate your offer. Tapos reply natin siya. So let's wait for the reply. So yan, nag-reply na si customer. So yan, di ba, nag-commend si customer sa ating service. So kailangan natin magpa-thank you sa kanya. So yan, ito yung pwede nating i-reply kay customer. So it's my pleasure to help. I'm really sorry again for any negative experience you had with tracking. We really appreciate your kind words. It means a lot. Tapos mag-ask din tayo if there's any other issues that we can help them with. No, thank you very much. The last part, of course, is our closing. So, ayan, closing. Ngayon guys, kung napansin nyo, hindi na ako nakapag-leave ng notes kasi I was so focused na dun sa pagdidiscuss sa inyo nitong ating chat flow. Pero nung nag-provide si customer ng information niya, pwede na nating ilista yun kanina, like the name of the customer, and the order number, tapos nung nag-state na siya ng issue, and ang resolution natin is advise them to wait 1 to 2 more days, refunded shipping fee for now. So yan, etong mga to, pwede na natin siyang lagyan kanina para at the end of the interaction, ilalagay na lang natin to dun sa ating order tool. Ilalagay natin yung notes. So, ayun na guys, yung actual work ng chat support and I hope nakatulong yun sa ating viewers. Ngayon, pag-usapan naman natin ano yung possible tools na pwede nyong gamitin as a chat support para may idea naman na kayo. For order fulfillment, nabanggit ko na siya kanina, pwedeng Shopify, Amazon, Etsy, or marami pang iba. For chat platforms naman, yung gagamitin nyo to communicate with customers, pwede yung sa social media, Intercom, Freshdesk, Zendesk, Reamaze, Etsy Messages, Live Chat, or Allart. So, marami pang chat tool na possible nyong gamitin as a chat support. For communication tools naman, yung mga gagamitin nyo to communicate with your client, pwede yung Slack, Zoom, Google Meet, Telegram, or kung anumang platform yung gustong gamitin ni client. For other tools naman na pwedeng ipagamit sa inyo ni client for customer records, project management, pwede yung Trello, Asana, Google Drive, or Microsoft Office tools. So now, yung potential income, kung magkano ba yung pwede mong kitain as a chat support, depende yan of course sa client mo and sa business niya. Pero usually for beginners, ang starting rate for chat support is $3 per hour. Pero it can range from $3 to $10 per hour. Depende sa niche ni client and depende sa business niya. And for the payment methods na pwede mong gamitin, you can use your PayPal account, Payoneer account, Wise, or direct bank transfer. Saan naman kayo mag-a-apply guys? So pwede kayong mag-apply kay Helpflow, meron ding directly, and of course you can also use freelancing platforms like onlinejobs.ph and Upwork. Paano nyo ba yan gagamitin guys? Create lang kayo ng account, and then once you created your account, you can look for your clients. Pwede nyo siyang i-filter by typing in keywords such as chat support, non-voice customer service, or any other keywords na related to being a chat support. Ayan yung mga gusto kong i-share sa ating mga beginners na naghahanap ng work, especially dun sa mga naghahanap ng non-voice jobs. I hope guys na nakatulong tong video na to, and if you have any questions, please feel free to drop your comments. I will do my best to reply to those questions. So that's it for today guys. Kung bago ka pa lang dito sa aking channel, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell para wala kang ma-miss na videos about work from home and earn from home tips. Thank you again guys for watching up until this point, and I will see you again in our next video. Bye!